Imagine apartment complexes built into sheer cliffs, hundreds of feet above the ground. No cranes, no power tools, just human ingenuity. These were the Ancestral Puebloans, thriving in the American Southwest over 800 years ago. They built multi-story stone homes perfectly integrated into canyon walls, creating entire villages suspended between earth and sky. Every stone, every log, every drop of water was hauled up by hand, an audacious feat of engineering and community effort. These weren't just a few huts, they were sophisticated vertical communities with breathtaking views and daunting challenges. The scale and skill required rival anything in modern construction. Why build cities in the sky? What drove them to such heights, literally and figuratively? Their silent stone cities still invite us to look closer, to marvel at a civilization that saw opportunity where others saw only obstacles. The Ancestral Puebloans, sometimes called the Anasazi, lived in the Four Corners region, where Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, and Utah meet. This vast, rugged landscape of mesas, canyons, and high desert was their home for centuries. For over 1,000 years, their communities flourished here, adapting to the challenges of the Southwest, and leaving behind a legacy that still shapes the region today. Unlike nomadic peoples, the Ancestral Puebloans were skilled farmers. They learned to grow corn, beans, and squash in the arid soil, using clever irrigation and dry farming techniques. Their agricultural success allowed them to settle in one place, build villages, and support large populations. Over generations, their society evolved. Early families lived in simple pit houses dug into the earth, but as their knowledge grew, they constructed the iconic multi-story cliff dwellings and great houses we see today, ingenious structures built into sheer canyon walls for protection and community. Archaeologists trace their story through periods like the basket maker and Pueblo eras, each marked by new skills and innovations. They moved from weaving baskets and making simple tools to crafting pottery and building with stone, reflecting a society that was always learning and adapting. Today, the Hopi, Zuni, and Rio Grande Pueblos are the living descendants of these ancient people. They continue to visit, care for, and honor these ancestral sites, keeping traditions alive and passing them on to new generations. The Ancestral Puebloans didn't simply disappear. Their culture, language, and ceremonies have endured, evolving with time but always rooted in the land and history of the Southwest. Their story is one of resilience, innovation, and a deep spiritual connection to the land, a story written in stone, pottery, and living memory. These ancient sites are not just silent ruins, they're living links to a vibrant, enduring legacy that continues to inspire and teach us today. To truly understand the Ancestral Puebloans, we must respect both their remarkable past and the vibrant cultures that carry their spirit forward into the present. Mesa Verde's cliff dwellings are the crown jewels of Puebloan architecture, massive alcoves transformed into bustling multi-story villages. Perched high above the canyon floor, these remarkable structures seem to defy gravity, blending seamlessly into the rugged cliffs. The ingenuity of their builders is evident in every stone and every carefully chosen site, where protection from the elements and sweeping views of the landscape were paramount. Builders quarried sandstone, shaped it with stone tools, and hauled it up sheer cliffs using handholds, ropes, and sheer determination. The process was painstaking and required not only physical strength, but also a deep understanding of the land. Every block was carried with care, and every wall was a testament to the community's resilience and resourcefulness. Mortar made from soil, water, and ash held the blocks together, creating walls that have lasted centuries. This simple yet effective mixture allowed the structures to withstand the test of time, enduring harsh weather and the passage of generations. Cliff Palace, the largest of these dwellings, had about 150 rooms and housed around 100 people, a true vertical community. Its size and complexity reveal a highly organized society, capable of large-scale planning and cooperation. Rooms were compact and efficient, with lower levels for storage and upper levels for living. Ladders connected the floors, and small windows let in light while keeping out the cold. Every inch of space was used thoughtfully, reflecting a culture that valued both practicality and comfort. The cliff's overhang provided natural climate control, shade in summer, warmth in winter. This natural shelter made life more comfortable and protected the community from the harshest elements, demonstrating a sophisticated understanding of the environment. Plazas and courtyards were the heart of social life, places for work, play, and ceremony. Here, families gathered, children played, and traditions were passed down through generations, strengthening the bonds of community. These weren't isolated homes, they were interconnected, fostering cooperation and community. Passageways and shared spaces encouraged neighbors to work together, share resources, and support one another in daily life. The architecture itself shaped daily life, making survival a collective effort. Every task, from food storage to construction, relied on teamwork and mutual support, weaving a strong social fabric. Every stone tells a story of ingenuity, adaptation, and communal spirit. The weathered walls echo with the voices of those who built and lived here, a silent testament to their enduring legacy. These villages were cities built on trust and teamwork, where every individual played a vital role in the survival and success of the whole. The legacy of Cliff Palace endures, inspiring awe and admiration for the people who called these cliffs home. At the center of every Puebloan village were kivas, circular subterranean chambers accessed by ladder. Kivas were spiritual and social hubs, blending the roles of church, town hall, and gathering place. Their round shape symbolized the cosmos. The sipapu in the floor represented the portal from the underworld. Rituals, decisions, and teachings all happened here, grounding the community in shared beliefs. Larger sites had many kivas, reflecting complex social organization. Spirituality was woven into daily life, not set apart. Even today, stepping into a kiva feels like entering a sacred world. To understand the ancestral Puebloans, you must understand the kiva's central role. Daily life revolved around agriculture, especially the Three Sisters corn, beans, and squash. This trio formed a self-sustaining system, maximizing nutrients and conserving water in the desert. Puebloans farmed mesa tops and canyon bottoms using check dams and reservoirs to capture every drop of rain. Farming was a community effort. Everyone contributed to planting, tending, and harvesting. Women ground corn into flour on stone metates, a daily essential and exhausting task. Men hunted and built, women crafted pottery and textiles. Every job from food preparation to construction was vital to survival. Life was hard, but it was purposeful. Each task tied to the well-being of family and neighbors. The worn stones and artifacts left behind are silent witnesses to their relentless work and ingenuity. Community was the foundation of their success. Before the famous cliff dwellings, the ancestors of the Pueblo people built something even more astonishing. Massive complexes out in the open desert. Among these, none was more impressive or influential than the monumental settlement at Chaco Canyon. Chaco's great houses, especially the iconic Pueblo Bonito, were architectural marvels. These structures contained hundreds of rooms and soared up to 4 stories high, making them the largest apartment-style buildings in North America until the rise of modern cities in the 1800s. Building these enormous complexes was no small feat. Timber for the roofs and upper floors had to be hauled from distant mountain forests, sometimes over 50 miles away, across rugged terrain. This required not only immense physical effort, but also careful planning, coordination, and a strong communal spirit. Chaco wasn't just a city of stone, it was the beating heart of a vast network. It served as a ceremonial, trade, and administrative hub, with engineered roads radiating out to connect dozens of outlying communities across the region. These ancient roads, some as wide as 30 feet, stretched for miles across the desert. They linked Chaco to distant sources of turquoise, salt, and other valuable resources, as well as to coastal regions and far-off cultures, facilitating the exchange of goods and ideas. Chaco was a true crossroads, a bustling center where traders, craftspeople, and pilgrims gathered. Here, people exchanged not only material goods but also stories, beliefs, and innovations, making it a vibrant metropolis of its time. Interestingly, most people didn't live in the great houses year-round. These grand structures likely served as ceremonial centers, gathering places for important events, or residences for the society's leaders and elites. The sheer scale and intricate design of Chaco's buildings reveal a society with advanced leadership, social organization, and a shared vision that united thousands of people across the landscape. Chaco's influence radiated across the Southwest, shaping the development of other communities and leaving a legacy that endures in the region's history and culture. In many ways, Chaco was the New York City of its era, grand, interconnected, and powerful, a testament to the ingenuity and ambition of its people. Art and utility went hand in hand for the ancestral Puebloans. Their pottery, made by hand without wheels, featured intricate black-on-white designs, each region with its own style. These pots were essential for cooking, storage, and daily life, but also served as canvases for cultural expression. Before pottery, they were master basket weavers, creating watertight baskets and even cooking in them with hot stones. Basketry patterns influenced later pottery designs, showing a continuity of creativity. Turquoise was their prized gem, shaped into beads and inlays, traded far and wide, and imbued with spiritual meaning. Jewelry and art were not luxuries, they were woven into daily life and ritual. Every artifact reflects a blend of beauty, function, and identity. Their art connected them to the land, to each other, and to distant peoples. Even in hardship, they found ways to create and celebrate beauty. By 1300 AD, the great cities and cliff dwellings were abandoned, not by disaster, but by gradual migration. Severe droughts devastated crops, leading to food shortages and social stress. Archaeological evidence points to increased conflict and even desperate acts in the face of starvation. The old systems couldn't withstand the environmental crisis, so the people moved, seeking water and new opportunities. They migrated south and east, to the Rio Grande and Hopi Mesas, where their descendants still live. This was not a disappearance but a strategic retreat, a testament to resilience. The culture, traditions, and spirit of the ancestral Puebloans endured, even as their cities faded. Their migration is a story of adaptation, not collapse. They carried their legacy forward, shaping the Southwest for generations to come. Stand in Chaco Canyon or gaze at Cliff Palace and you feel the weight of unanswered questions. We know their architecture, farming, and migration stories, but much remains a mystery. Without a written language, we interpret their lives through ruins, pottery, and rock art. Who led these massive projects? What did their symbols mean? What songs and stories filled their nights? The details of daily life, language, music, beliefs are mostly lost, leaving us to wonder. Their greatest legacy may be the questions they left behind, challenging our ideas of progress and permanence. Their cities remind us that change is the only constant, and resilience is the true measure of greatness. The echoes in the canyons invite us to keep listening, learning, and imagining.